So I'm going to be doing a bit of a review on Mitchell Hooper's first sparring session in the run-up to his fight with Eddie Hall, another world's strongest man. So let's get a look at this.
We are going to take our shirts off. We're going to get sweaty. We're going to roll around until we can't take it anymore.
That sounds suspect to me. A very quick one. It's hard to gauge what somebody's fighting ability is like based off pads. Like looking at Mitchell's pad work that he just did there now, even though it was a couple of punches, it looked pretty pathetic, I can't lie. But it's very easy to get yourself looking pretty efficient on the pads. It's completely different trying to translate that skill of banging pads all day to getting yourself in a ring, in a cage against another opponent. Round one, let's go. Have to give it to him. Mitchell's light his feet. Now, of course, Bazooka Joe is a professional kickboxer. He could probably take the legs off this man in no time at all. But this is going to give Mitchell a good taste of what it's going to be like to be in the ring and have a lot of intensity put on him. A lot of small punches. Some pressure from those leg kicks. Show him how those leg kicks are going to add up and compound interest on the damage that can be done over time. Yeah, he's decent. He's light in his feet. He looks athletic. Good, good. One thing I will say about Mitchell here is that he's doing an awful lot of moving around the ring, and based off experience, when boxing or fighting isn't your number one sport, if you're bouncing around the ring like crazy, that is going to use up an awful lot of energy very, very quickly. Maybe not in round one, but in round two, you start to feel it. Decent, yep, able to throw a few leg kicks in there. Boxing, you know, he's not a fighter. It's pretty terrible, if I'm going to be honest. Those leg kicks. They may look like nothing, but that starts to add up over time. Couple of leg kicks just on that sweet spot of the quad. Start to have a dead leg very, very quickly, especially if you're not used to it. But yep, good in his feet. Doesn't mind throwing a few leg kicks. Doesn't mind throwing the hands out. Head movement is absolutely terrible. But that's expected. It's just one of his first sparring sessions. Pretty decent. Pretty decent. Round one, I'm actually very impressed with that. And I am no expert when it comes to fighting, but I completely understand what it's like. When you're in the ring, it's a totally different story. There's a lot of pressure. You're getting punched in the face. It might not be all that hard. The punches might be just tapping you. Putting the head back might be just a little bit of a shock. But those small punches constantly in your face, they start to add up over time. And I wouldn't be surprised if you start to see Mitchell start to bleed here very soon. Round one, he was looking savage. Round two, I'm expecting him to be a little bit gassed here. Yep, decent. Yep, keep him in the corner. Keep him in. Use your power. Don't know why he backed out now. If he gets Eddie in the corner like that, it'd be best to just keep him there and just bring the power, bring the pain, start loading off everything he can. Hopefully aim for a bit of a knockout, if not a knockdown. It's really funny watching this. You can't help but feel sorry for Mitchell. He just looks totally out of his own comfort zone. Yep, starting to blow out his arse a little bit. Bazooka Joe's being very generous here. He's just adding a little bit of pressure, moving around. You're really starting to see Mitchell's gassing out here. Like those punches, they don't look very hard, but trust me, they are doing damage. They are adding up. One thing I will say, like Mitchell's not putting a lot into these punches, and even though he's not putting a lot in, you can see the ones that are connecting with Bazooka Joe. They are actually snapping his head back quite a bit. It just goes to show how much power these strongmen actually have, and with a little bit of technique and a little bit of practice, one of them big hard punches is going to make, like that there was beautiful. One of those is going to do a lot of damage. Because trust me, when you're in a ring and there's a little bit of pride at stake, a little bit of ego and status at the end of the day, these are two strong men that want to go in and kick and punch each other. There's going to be no holding back in punches like that. Second round down, looking absolutely smoked. And I know what that feeling's like. Alright, round 3, let's have it. Mitchell looks like he's blown out of his arse here. Here we go. A little bit more exciting, more pressure. That's what you like to see. And here's just a quick tip for anybody that is thinking about getting in the ring for the first time. When you decide to go in and think, I'm going to go a little bit harder on the more experienced opponent, someone who's probably being very generous to you and letting you get a couple of shots off, if you decide to get a little bit more cocky, they will definitely put you in your place. I put a bit more sting into their jab. Might hit you with a slightly harder leg kick just to check your manners. Blowing out his arse here. You can tell he's gassed. He's still going though, I have to give it to him. Something that would give Mitchell a bit of an advantage is just to keep that jab. Use that long range he has. Keep yourself upright, because it's not boxing, it's MMA. You can afford to be slightly more upright. Getting tired. He's lost all bounce at his feet. You know, you can see Bazooka Joe blowing as well. You know, it's not like he's going light. This man's trying to give this guy a good bit of experience of what it's going to be like in the ring. Good shot there, good shot. Kicks are just completely just hit or miss, swinging, just hoping they hit something. A big kick that hurt. You can see these punches now. He's like, come here, you cookie. Shit, I didn't mean to say that. Completely gassed, just hanging in there. I need to go back to that leg kick. That stung. That leg kick had this sting. It's back here. Oh, here, that's it there. Good. This leg kick Bazooka Joe throws. Boom. Ouch. That probably wasn't overly hard the way I hit him, but if you think of the two previous rounds, Bazooka Joe is a professional. He's probably used to just putting his leg on the exact same part of the quad every single time. Maybe just turned up the power a little bit, and yeah, that definitely hurt. That's like a real... Right, that's enough. Yeah, so Mitchell Hubert, definitely lighter on his feet. However, that being said, it is a 4-man tournament, and if you don't know already, Martin Ford's been training in boxing and martial arts for quite a number of years, and for such a big guy, that guy can move. So I'm looking forward to doing that video next. And if you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button, give it a wee like, and drop me a comment, let me know what you think.